Hello, this is Jeff Bellinger here for another 2 Minute on Tuesday. I hope everybody's getting ready for the big Labor Day weekend. Unfortunately, it's the unofficial end of summer. Where did that summer go again? Better Business Planning's been around now for 40 years, and we've really transitioned from a small benefits insurance agency to a small business consulting firm, working on everything from the medical insurance that we started with to property and casualty, payroll, administration. But today I'm going to talk to you about a product we can't help you with. I could talk to you about your banking products and fraud that we've seen firsthand over the past 60 days. We've had 2 attempts against fraud now, 2 big attempts against fraud against 2 checking accounts that we have. We probably have about 20 total banking accounts because of all the administration we do. But in one account, probably started about 60 days ago, we had probably over $500,000 worth of checks presented against our account. Because we have a product on our accounts, all those checks were just denied through the system. But it was a very coordinated attempt. These checks were issued against our account all throughout the United States. We were getting calls from various vendors. A lot of people realized they were fraud. Some people just deposit them, and it totaled over $500,000. One check was for $250,000 by itself. The second thing that we've seen just recently in the past 30 days was, and I know a lot of you guys out there use the bill pay feature that your banks have on their online system. That bill pay feature, even though it's pretty easy to use, our banker tells us it's not a very good system to be using, so we've stopped using it. We were using it for our COBRA disbursements for companies that did not take ACH payments. Well, somewhere, best we could guess is because those checks go through the mail system and it's really easy to determine that that's actually a check. They were pulled from the mail system by somebody who made fraudulent charges against our account. They took those 2 checks, they converted the checks to ACH, tried to ACH the money out of our account, again because of a product we have that blocked the ACH payments. The person who was committing fraud actually reissued checks to our clients, looked identical to our checks, except it just had fraudulent bank account information on it, and they were not going to be good checks. Matter of fact, when the clients deposited the checks, they were returned because of stop payment. So 2 things that we've seen firsthand that could have caused quite a bit of trouble, because one of the things that we also learned was in the corporate world, you basically have about 24 hours to tell your bank if fraud's been attempted to you. So if you're not paying attention to your banking accounts on a daily basis, it could cause problem if you're only going back like on a individual account, on a monthly basis, reconciling it. But the one product I want to tell you about that saved us was what the banking world calls positive pay. Positive pay requires a lot of work on your part, but it's going to be well worth it. You've read the news articles, you've seen the emails about phishing scams and a malware that could get on your computer and scavenge around for personal information to try and get access to your accounts. Well, this was even easier than that. It's a check that's going through the mail. Somebody got a hold of our account and routing number, started issuing fraudulent checks in one, and the other started just trying to hit ACH amounts for the exact amounts so that they didn't think that we would pick it up. If you talk to your banker, the product you want to talk about is positive pay. It allows you to lock down your account so that no ACH or no checks can be presented against your account unless it's approved by you. So it does require you to approve vendors. On the ACH side, it's a little bit easier because once you approve a vendor, they'll be approved ongoing, or you can approve each transaction each time if you don't have a lot of transactions. On the checking side, you'll actually have to upload information. So you'll upload who you paid, the amount you paid, the date you paid, and the check number. And if it doesn't match those 4 things, it'll go into an exception list of which you'll have to approve it as well. So we just wanted to tell you one of the things we've seen firsthand over the past 60 days. It's been quite a bit to deal with, but we want to make sure that you're able to reach out, because I know in passing, as I've talked to some people, there's a lot of people that have no idea that this is occurring out there. If you have not talked to your banker at least reach out to them over the next couple of weeks and ask them about positive pay and how it can lock down your accounts, because before you know it, somebody could hit it and you could be trying to track down that money. Again, it's not a product we deal with. We're not in the banking industry, but if you do want to reach out to me, my name, number, phone number, email address will appear on the next screen. I'd be happy to answer any questions I can about it, tell you in more detail what we've been dealing with over the past 60 days, and be able to help you out. So if I don't hear from you, have a great Labor Day. Hopefully it's a good weekend. Looks like the weather's going to be good, and we'll talk to you next Tuesday, probably more about the open enrollment periods that's coming up for so many of you. Have a great day.